And a very good afternoon to you all here from Braemar Ice Arena in Edina, Minnesota. We're bringing you live coverage of Section 2 of Class 2 high school boys hockey. This is the second semifinal of the afternoon here from Braemar Arena. These two teams playing for a chance to go to Mariucci Arena on Wednesday and face the Holy Family Fire in the Section 2 final game. And then that winner of that game will go to the state tournament. I'm going to bring in Greg Erickson. Give you the keys to the game. Greg Erickson, my color guy tonight. How you doing tonight, Greg?
Hey, thanks, Ryan. Thanks for having me here. It is great to be here at Braemar Arena. The teams have just taken the ice, and they're about to start the announcement of the starting lineups. You know what, Ryan? I took some time to think about the keys of tonight's game. I also talked to coaching staffs from both teams, and I think the first key to the game, and actually both teams told me this, but Chaska in particular is going to have to stay out of the penalty box if they are going to want to have a chance today. Keith Fletcher led the team in penalty minutes with 36 minutes in the regular season and tallied a couple more during the Eden Prairie game last Thursday.
Yep.
But he and his teammates are going to have to keep their emotions in check and not take any meaningless penalties this afternoon. They took 5 penalties in that game against Eden Prairie. The Hawks escaped by not giving up any power play goals in that game, but they probably won't be as lucky today if they find themselves shorthanded. The Skippers have a lot of veterans on this team, and they will try to draw as many penalties as they possibly can against this less experienced Hawk team. I think the second key to tonight's game is the goaltender, Hawk co-captain, Justin Bach. The other co-captain, Ben Urbansis, is out with an ankle. I spoke to his mom during the Eden Prairie game on Thursday. She told me just how devastated Ben is that he can't play during this playoff stretch.
I'm sure.
Ben had an impressive .927 goals against average this season, but injuries just sidelined him for a chunk of time.
Yep.
The Hawks are turning to Justin Bach, who played a great game against Eden Prairie, stopping 32 pucks on Thursday.
Yep.
But he's going to have an even better afternoon if the Hawks are going to advance. He's only got a save percentage of .891 in the regular season, and he's going to have to eliminate the goals scored from the long shots, taken from a long distance from the blue line. He's going to have to rein in those rebounds, and to do that, he's going to have to see and track the puck. He's going to need to get a lot of help from his defensemen out front. Take the man out front, calm down the mad scrambles, and that defense is going to have to exit the puck from the zone a little bit more cleanly than they did in the game against Eden Prairie. Bach did gain confidence with that win on Eagles Ice. We'll see if he's going to feel the tremendous pressure that comes with playing the number 1 ranked team in the state tonight here against Minnetonka. My third key for the game is while the Hawks have relied on their big 4 this season to do the heavy lifting, number 25, Rhett Pitlick, leads the team with 20 regular season goals. He's had a goal and 2 assists in that Eden Prairie game on Thursday. Junior defenseman number 4, Mike Kester, leads the team by a wide margin with 41 regular season assists. And he got another assist in that game on Thursday. Number 21, Shane Lavelle, had 31 points during the regular season. Calvin Barrett had 25 points with an assist in that EP game.
Yep.
But the Hawks are going to need to rely on other guys to step up. Guys like Blaine Warner. He had 16 points in the regular season, but played the game of his life on Thursday in Eden Prairie, scoring a hat trick. Who knows who it will be today? I thought Mason Kulik had a great game in Eden Prairie. Seniors like centerman Landry Cuss. Somebody is going to have to play the game of their life in order for this team to earn a trip to Mariucci next Wednesday night for the Section 2 AA final against
Holy Family.
The Holy Family Fire.
That's Greg Erickson. You'll hear him on the color call tonight. We're sitting here in the corner of Braemar Arena. Beautiful setup here at Braemar Arena. We are featuring the Chaska Hawks and the Minnetonka Skippers, the top-rated Minnetonka Skippers in the state of Minnesota. 22 wins, 2 losses, and 2 overtime losses. They are 6-1 in the late conference. The Chaska Hawks come in with the number 5 seed in the section with an 18-8-0 record, 7-3 in the Metro West Conference. We're getting ready to drop the puck here on the Lenzen Chevrolet Buick Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. The winner of this game playing for a chance in the section final against Holy Family on Wednesday night. Puck is dropped in the face-off circle here from Edina. We're underway. The Hawks win it back. Calvin Barrett into the defensive zone for the Hawks. Up for William Magnuson. The Hawks donning the gold uniforms this evening, which they debuted earlier this season in a home tilt against Waconia. A turnover in the offensive zone leads to a Minnetonka scoring opportunity.
Justin was able to stop that one.
Justin Bach got a blocker out. Here comes Blaine Warner up into the neutral zone. He dumps it in. Hawks are going to give chase. Starting goaltender tonight, Charlie Glockner, wearing white for Minnetonka. Blue trim on those uniforms. He's a junior, 17 games played, 43 goals against him this year, 2.6 GAA. Minnetonka enters the zone. A tipped puck dribbles away into the corner. Chaska retreats. Mike Kester, senior captain, headed to the University of Minnesota after his high school days are over. Junior skates up ahead with it now. Loses the puck in the offensive zone. Minnetonka retreats back behind the net. Here come the Skippers. They lose it though in a turnover in the neutral zone. Billy Bronson gets the steal for Chaska. Just under 16 minutes left here. We're a minute through this first period. Chaska's students are overwhelming the Minnetonka students on the opposite sides of the ice. A fluttering puck shot off the stick of Bobby Brink of Minnetonka. And now a slapper after the rebound was given up and trickled in front of Bach. A slapper came off the stick of number 29, Jack Bayless.
Bach had perfect positioning on that shot. He moved up on the puck. It was taken from the short middle of the slot.
15:30 to go. First period between Chaska and Minnetonka. Here comes Lavelle up into the neutral zone. He dumps it across. We're getting an icing call on our first stoppage of the game. Comes with 15:20 to go in the first period. Scoreless through a couple minutes.
A couple of quick shifts for both teams. The coaching staff of the Chaska Hawks told me that they're going to have to really forecheck hard. They're going to have to really take care of business in the neutral zone.
Face off right in front of us here in the corner. It's going to be to the left of Justin Bach. Minnetonka wins it back. David Andes loses it, dumps it back into the corner though. Elder's there for Minnetonka. Elder looking for a centering pass. Nobody home. Puck deflected. Landry Cuss tries to clear for Chaska. Can't get it out of the zone. Puck comes behind Justin Bach in goal for the Hawks this evening. The junior. Playing in spot of Ben Urbance as the senior captain goaltender for Chaska, who's out with an ankle injury, as Greg alluded to in the pregame show. Minnetonka gets it out in the neutral zone. They dump it in. Elder going to chase for the Skippers. Fletcher behind the net for the Hawks. Gives way now for John Starkey, who can't clear it out. A tip puck in front of Justin Bach. He deflected it out of play off of his goalie's stick, and a stoppage with 14:41 left here.
Both coaches told me before the game that they really need to stay out of the penalty box. A little bit too aggressive for both teams. They still want to play physical.
Face off right back to the left of Justin Bach. Chaska wins it. Mike Kester in the corner. He skates up with speed. Gives it off for Mason Kulix, the senior. Kulix dumps it in behind Glockner in net for the Skippers. Glockner had it trickle back out in front of him. He covered it with the glove. 14.5 left and a stoppage.
Face off will be to the left of the Skipper goalie.
Face off in the Minnetonka defensive zone. One back around here by the Skippers. Kester keeps it in the zone though. Chaska with the puck out front. Now it works its way behind the net of Glockner. Pitlick tries to clear. Barrett, a ripper from the point. It goes just to the far to the left. Here as we
Chaska did not have a whole lot of
Minnetonka breakaway coming down the other way. That was Joe Molinar who got cut off, and now a ripper from the point goes off of Justin Bach's stick. That was off of the stick of Matt Cothy. He had one from the upper point.
Chaska could not maintain a whole lot of zone time in that game against Eden Prairie. Basically what would happen is we would fly into the zone. We'd have a couple quick passes. Sometime it went in. Most of the time it didn't.
Starkey behind the net after Chaska wins the face-off after the puck trickled out of play. 13:55 to go. In the neutral zone, Chaska has it. This puck goes into the bleachers and a souvenir for a fan sitting on the Chaska side of things. The arena's starting to fill up here, Greg.
Yeah,
good showing here out tonight.
We've been here for a few hours. We got here before the snow started, so...
The snow started as we were here. Yeah, we were watching the Holy Family game versus Prior Lake. Holy Family won that game 5-2 as a final.
So whoever will be winning this game meets them at Mariucci Arena.
Holy Family played in that section final game against Eden Prairie last year at Mariucci Arena. The Fire lost to the Eagles, but that won't be the case this year as Chaska knocked off perennial state tournament sendees Eden Prairie on Thursday night
Wasn't that
overtime
Chaska
game.
Super Bowl?
That was Chaska Super Bowl. Somebody might have mentioned that in some post-game comments from a neighboring city.
That's good stuff.
Back on the ice, Lavelle works into the corner for Chaska in the defensive zone. Now Barrett tries to clear. Back, tape to Lavelle. Bronson took a big hit. Lavelle slows up as Chaska regains numbers.
Pretty dangerous pass all the way across the mouth of the goal. Chaska has dropped it into the skipper zone and made a change, and now the skippers iced it up, and they'll make a change as well.
Icing, we're going to face off in the Chaska zone with 13:01 left in the first period. We're still scoreless between the number 1 seeded Minnetonka Skippers and the number 5 seeded Chaska Hawks. Greg Erickson, I'm Ryan Paul, coming to you live from Braemar Arena. If you just joined us, we appreciate it. Hope you'll stick with us throughout the remainder of this game. It should be a wonderful game to watch unfold here.
Both teams are kind of feeling each other out a little bit. Not a whole lot of definitive action going on.
Here comes Ryan Elder up the ice. Elder makes a fancy stick move, goes against Cuss. Elder of Minnetonka trying to get a shot on goal. He got tipped around out front.
Great back check by Landry Cuss. Now he's got the puck and he's coming up the right side, and there's a delayed penalty.
Delayed penalty forthcoming.
Against Minnetonka.
Going to go against the Skippers. Chaska on the season, 28.4% on the power play. Minnetonka kills off penalties a very positive 87.6% of the time. And we're going to get our first man advantage here. It'll be a skipper headed to the box for interference.
And this is when Dave Snuggerud is able to spin up his top-notch power play team with Kester and Barrett on the blue line.
Be the Chad Cousin out down there? No, it's not. It's David Ondies, I believe, in the penalty box. Yes, it is. 2 minutes for interference with 12:36 to go. It's Chaska on the man advantage. Barrett receives for the Hawks at the point. Working tape to tape with Kester. Puck goes out of the zone. An offside's called. Delayed offside call with 12.5 to go.
Looks like that puck just barely made it out of the zone. The referee was right there and called it.
So we got a neutral zone face-off right in front of the Minnetonka skipper bench.
Hawks are maintaining the same line that they started the power play with.
It'll be Warner in the dot. Warner scored that heartwarming overtime goal to take down Eden Prairie back on Thursday night.
How about scintillating?
Scintillating is a good word. Pitlick enters the zone. Pitlick wanted a
He whiffed on that one.
wrist shot. Yeah, he did. He got everything but the puck. Warner still on the man advantage. Fires one near the goal. It went off the blocker of an unsuspecting Charlie Glockner.
That shot fooled Glockner. He was able to stop it though. Now here come the skippers.
Tonka's got a 2-on-2 here on the short-handed. Joe Molinar puts one right into the glove of Justin Bach, who makes a good save as the net comes dislodged as well.
Bach anticipated that well. He slid to his right and was right there. I'm a little surprised at how open that back door was, though. Nobody was on that man. When you're in a man advantage, you want to make sure everyone's covered.
Back in action here.
Minute 13 left in that penalty.
From Edina's Braemar Arena, Mike Kester works up ahead with the puck, puts it in the neutral zone. Hawks with the man advantage. Here's William Magnuson, the sophomore.
He's
loses
the only
it.
change that the Hawks made.
Kester puts one on, goes off the stick.
As a wrister from the point.
Of Glockner. Hawks keep it in the zone here. 49 seconds to go in the penalty to Ondies. Kester fires one right into the glove.
That was going for the top.
Charlie Glockner.
For the upper right corner. Glockner was able to get that upper left corner. Glockner was able to get that glove hand on it.
Would have tingled Twine, but the only thing between him, or the only thing between Mike Kester and a go-ahead goal was his glove, and Charlie Glockner keeps it at a 0-0 hockey game with 11:23 to go. Hawks still on a power play for 45 seconds.
The Hawks have made a change on the line.
We'll see Billy Bronson coming out here now.
Big long man pass out for Brink. You got to watch out for that kid. 10th grader, tons of talent.
Here comes Lidke. Lidke fires one. Justin Bach gave up a juicy rebound, but swings back over, and a defenseman cleared it out for the Hawks. 29 seconds left in the power play. Calvin Barrett ahead with it. An errant pass. Rhett Pitlick has it now. Pitlick up ahead for Kester. The Hawks out of the zone. Even strength. 18 seconds left. They finally have another guy out there with 14 seconds left in the power play. Kester trying to center one off. Now it's into the corner. Swung back around. Billy Bronson's going to try to get it for the Hawks, but an intercepted pass, and Tonka clears with 5 seconds left. This is going to be killed off by Minnetonka.
Pretty good power play for the Hawks, though. We're going to have to
Warner flicks one behind the net as Andes comes out of the box. Will return immediately to the bench. A trickle puck, almost an awkward bounce. It through the pipe, but a lucky rebound, and with 10:24 to go, it's still a 0-0 hockey game. Hawks possessing the zone here well.
Blaine Warner just couldn't get his stick on that one.
Earlier this season, the Hawks played pretty tight with the Skippers at Minnetonka for the majority of the game, as an icing is called here, for the majority of the game until the Minnetonka Skippers scored a late third period goal and then an empty net goal. Made it look a little bit lopsided on the score sheet.
I'm going to be watching that number 9 on the Minnetonka team, Bobby Brink. He's a Chaska kid, but he's wearing a Skipper's uniform. He's a sophomore on this team, and he's already committed to become a pioneer at the University of Denver after his high school career.
Face off to the left of Glockner. Tonka trying to clear. 5-on-5 hockey here from Braemar Arena. A big hit applied in the zone by Minnetonka. That's Magnuson who fell. Looks like he might be holding his wrist.
I think that was Brink who hit him.
He's back on all fours, though.
He left his feet to hit him.
Tonka dumps it in. Joe Molinar, a big hit against Landry Costa. Get tangled up. Now a shot from the point, blocked out in front. Chaska can clear it out into the neutral zone.
That was a crushing blow against Landry Costa.
Right in front of us. You could hear that, I'm sure. Here comes Loit. Loit fired one in. Starkey and Joe Molinar meet up in the corner for a tussle. Now Landry Cuss takes another big hit from Molinar.
Not only is Minnetonka bigger, but they're also older. They've got 12 seniors on this varsity team. And Chaska has sent the puck down the ice. It's not an icing, but it's on the other end of the rink. And now here comes the Skippers. They're in the neutral zone.
Shot on. Bach tipped it away with his glove. Or with his blocker, excuse me. Now Minnetonka has a rebound shot.
This is Tonka's first line out
here. Doesn't trickle through. Bach grabs it with the glove and it goes. Stoppage. Hold on.
Are we on? And now the referee has blown the whistle. Stopping play. Missed start on the face-off. Barry sleight of foot. Tries to get it out of the zone. It did not.
Bach, another DC rebound.
Went to the point.
Sorry for dropping the stream here. It's a little bit of an interesting situation. Trying to get the stream back.
Lots of people in this building. Lots of people using their media.
Yep, that's exactly right.
As soon as the building emptied out after the first game of the day, the stream strength increased drastically.
Yes, it did. Hopefully we're able to bring the game to you right now. If we aren't,
that Minnetonka bench is deep.
Okay, we should be back. We apologize if we dropped the stream momentarily. We are experiencing some technical difficulties here.
Kester,
we are back, though.
Kester headmans to Lavelle. Lavelle puts it into the zone.
You didn't miss much if you dropped the stream momentarily. We have 7:17 to go between Chaska and Minnetonka, scoreless. Just some neutral zone face-offs here. The turnover, Joe Molinar. Kester playing good defense in the zone of Minnetonka.
You cannot turn the puck over in your own zone. Starkey just gave that one up.
Puck goes up into the mesh.
That was a shot from the point by Josh Ledke. Josh is one of the Skipper top players. He's committed to play at Northern Michigan. He's a 5'10 junior defenseman.
Hopefully the stream is back up. It should be. And if not, I do apologize. We are working through it as we speak. Greg Erickson and Ryan Paul with you. 6:50 to go. Justin Bach pokes away a shot for the point.
Skippers were passing the puck around in the zone. The Hawks were kind of running around. Back out to the point for the Skippers.
Deflected shot out in front. Minnetonka holds the zone, though.
Great work by Billy Bronson taking the body of number 27, David Anders.
Cuss gets annihilated in the corner by Andes.
Cuss has been having a hard day in this
Another
corner.
one. Andes and him have been going at it all game.
He's been just coming off recovering from a concussion, so I'm hoping he's all right.
Icing called and Chaska sends it down. Still 0-0, a scoreless hockey game between the Hawks and the Skippers in this Section 2 semifinal in the Class 2. These teams playing for a chance to move one step closer to that Minnesota State High School Hockey Tournament. They've got one more game. The winner of this game has one more tilt before they can play at the X. It'll be at Mariucci Arena on Wednesday night against Holy Family.
Warner taking the face-off and the dot to the left of Justin Bach. Referee has tossed out the captain of the Skippers, number 8, Luke Lowenholt, for an illegal face-off. And now the Hawks have controlled, and here comes Kester up the left side.
Kester up ahead, Pitlick in the corner with just under 6 to play here. Mason Kulix gives chase, dumps it back in the offensive zone with 5:52 to go. Minnetonka recollects though. Tape-to-tape pass up ahead for Kothi. Kothi keeps possession of it. Now he dumps it back around for Doctor. Doctor ahead for Ludke. Molinar in the zone. Molinar tried to set him off for Lloyd, but Lloyd couldn't handle it. Pitlick keeps the puck from trickling down. Icing waved off as the Minnetonka goalie comes out to
well, they're
keep
offsides, and the refs didn't call it.
Here comes Chaska now, a man up as the Minnetonka players down behind the play. Kester fires one on, and Minnetonka's goalie Charlie Glockner holds with 5:17 to go in the first period. A 0-0 hockey game between the Hawks and the Skippers from Braemar.
Seems like the Hawks have already gone into just hold on mode, where they're just trying to maintain as much control of the puck as they can, but also to try to stem the tide of the Skippers.
Face off to the right of Glockner. Minnetonka tries to clear, but Kester keeps it in. Now they do clear, and Benz almost took a walloping hit in the neutral zone. Physical play so far in this one. Turnover by Starkey in the neutral zone, but Chaska's able to recollect. Now they're in the defensive zone. Along the boards, Lavelle swishes it around, but it hit the linesman, and it now trickles into the Minnetonka zone. Lavelle is holding up Lagerbach, so he can't possess it. Now it comes away for Hicks. Hicks fires one in. Justin Bach pokes it away up into the rafters in a stoppage with 4:44 to go, scoreless.
Not too hard to hit the rafters of this building. This building was built probably long before I was born, and I'm 50. Okay, so.
Wow.
Wow, that I'm 50.
No. No, not at all. Face off to the left of Bach. Ryan Paul, Greg Erickson with you on the Lenz and Chevrolet Buick Chaska Hawk Broadcast Network. Hopefully we've got you back here from Braemar Ice Arena. I know we had some technical difficulties midway through the first period. Minnetonka in the offensive zone. A scoring opportunity whistled away as Bobby Brink shot one just wide. 4.5 left. Brink takes it into the zone, just avoiding an offside call.
I think Brink stick-handled that puck through the entire Hawk team, and we finally got it away from him right before he could get
Here
too
comes
close
Magnuson, icing pass just out of the reach of Landry Cuss. It'll come down right back here for a face-off to the side of Justin Bach.
I sure would like to see that Brink kid in a gold and purple uniform right now, I'll tell you that. I just talked to his mom, and they did move to Minnetonka a couple of years ago, by the way.
Warner here in the dot for Chaska. Wins it away. Bronson collects it in his clothing. Gets it away for Kester now. Hawks clear it in the neutral zone. Minnetonka doing a good job of not letting Chaska possess his puck for any period of time. Bronson tape-to-tape with Kester in the defensive zone. Kester loses it, a turnover, but it's worked right back to him, and now Minnetonka has a chance here. Pitlick's behind the play. It's worked up ahead for Elder for Minnetonka. Justin Bach watched it whistle right by him. Mason Kulix gets laid out by Andes. Andes has been very physical so far in this game.
One of the things that the Minnetonka coaches told me is that they're going to make the Chaska offense play defense in this game. They really want them to spend as much time in this zone as humanly possible. They want to mitigate any rushes because they know that the Chaska Hawks scored several of their goals in that last meeting on breakaways.
Tonka on a rush. Magnuson cut it off, though. Here comes Molinar. Molinar into the zone, avoids a couple Chaska players, works past Lavelle, but now Lavelle knocks his stick out of his hands and forces a turnover. Tonka able to possess the zone still, though. Lloyd into the corner from Molinar. Back out to the point. A slapper from Lidke goes just high and wide. Trickles around off the glass.
He was looking for some, looking for a tip there out front. Did not occur.
Neutral zone, now back in the Tonka defensive zone. A turnover. The Skippers were able to repossess. Chaska trying to clear the zone. Bronson doing a good job. It's Cuss down there battling for the Chaska Hawks.
You'll notice, though, that Chaska's got most of its guys in the neutral zone almost, it seems as though all 5 players for Chaska are playing defense. So nobody was there for the headman.
So in a way, Minnetonka forcing them to do just what they wanted them to do. Inside, they score. Minnetonka goes 5-hole on Justin Bach. It's Luke Loit going to be the goal scorer. Tonka up 1-0.
Luke Loholt walked in to the right of Justin, slid the puck very gently right under the pads, and that's the first tally of today's game.
Loit goes 5-hole on Justin Bach. And Minnetonka, the Loholt, excuse me. Minnetonka takes a 1-0 lead. Face off quickly back in here. Minnetonka back down to the offensive zone already.
Scoring for the Skippers, number 8, Luke Loholt. Assisted by number 4, Matt Cote. And number 5, Andrew Hicks. That's Loholt.
Lloyd from Hicks and Cote. Minnetonka, a big hit in the defensive in the neutral zone. They're holding the zone now. Chaska playing on their heels a little bit with 2 minutes left in this first period. 1-0. The number 1 seed up on number 5 seeded Chaska.
It's team defense against team offense right now.
Justin Bach catches Dylan Himes' point shot right in the gut and some post-curricular activities.
Not a surprise to see Brownson in on that.
With 1:50 left, excuse me. Tonka scores first. Luke Loit from Cote in Litchi, I believe.
Yep, Cote and Hicks.
No, Hicks, excuse me.
With the assist.
A slapper from the point goes just wide of Justin Bach. Tonka doing a wonderful job possessing the zone here in these final 5 minutes or so of this first period.
This is exactly what Minnetonka wanted to do coming out of the game. Now, Chaska needs to start using their speed, start getting some breakouts.
Kester a steal. He comes up in the neutral zone looking along the corner. Kester dumps it in behind the net. Going to give chase. Hawks need to pick it up here.
He plays with so much heart and tremendous effort.
And you can see it out there too. Now Minnetonka comes down. Barrett tried to put a hit on McGannon in the neutral zone. Linesman has to jump around to avoid contact. It's held up right between the benches. Players battling for it. We approach 1 minute left, and we finally hit that mark. Minnetonka 1-0 lead on Chaska. Kester keeps it out of the Tonka zone, of their zone. 53 seconds left. Neutral zone play here in the last minute.
You can tell that Dave Snuggerud's message to his players is you can't let them score again before the end of this period.
Minnetonka with a 3-on-2. Kester poked out of the zone. Pillick's going to come up ahead with it. Pillick avoids a hit. The physical play of Minnetonka keeps Chaska out of the zone. Now Magnuson gets pushed into the boards with 30 seconds left here in the first period.
Dumps it low, but here comes the Skippers with a long stretch pass. Now they're going to do a little give and go in front of the net.
Molinar put it off the crossbar. Net's dislodged. It's going to go out of the neutral zone with 17.3 left on the face-off
outside of the zone.
Yep.
That's because the only thing that went into the net on that shot was Matt Cote. It was a give and go situation. Cote was breaking up down the middle, trying to get the pass. They did not connect on it, and he went right into the net.
18 seconds left in this first period. 10 seconds left. Chaska trying to get on the board here before the first period timer expires. They're not going to be able to do that as Minnetonka clears the zone in with 3 seconds left. The Skippers with a rush, but the clock's going to sound, the horn's going to sound before they can get a shot on Bach. And now there's a scrum in front of the net. Teams are going to be separated after 1 period of play. It's 1-0. Minnetonka Skippers lead the Chaska Hawks. Goal scorer for Minnetonka.
You know, Ryan, we were talking about before the game.
Lloyd.
A little over a year ago, the Skippers named Sean Goldsworthy their head coach. Sean is the son of the infamous Bill Goldsworthy, who played 10 seasons at the Met Center with the Minnesota North Stars, and whose number 8 was retired by that club. After coaching and teaching at St. Olaf, he has returned to his alma mater, Minnetonka, and has led them to an impressive 22-2 season record so far this season.
We'll go to break after Greg finishes off his
Yeah.
post-intermission or post-period report. Go ahead.
Well, and real quick, as far as that period went, Minnetonka was obviously able to dominate in the Chaska zone, and again, I do think it's 5 guys playing offense versus 5 guys playing defense.
Yep, I would agree. They've been playing on their heels here for a little while. We are going to go to break, and when we come back, we'll have the second period of action from Braemar Ice Arena. Don't go anywhere. You're watching high school hockey on the Lenzen Chevrolet Buick Chaska Hawks Broadcast
Or you're
Network.
just listening.
Lenzen Chevrolet Buick is a family-owned business, proud to service the Chaska area for the past 35 years. We sell both new and used cars. We got a complete service department with a body shop full service. We believe in community. We support the churches, the schools, the Lions clubs, the Chamber of Commerce, you name it. We're proud to be a community leader.
There's a better, brighter day ahead for patients who visit St. Francis Rehabilitative Services. Our wide-ranging, innovative, and compassionate care offers adults and children the services and support that inspire them to a higher quality of life. Among our services is our comprehensive sports medicine program, specializing in preventing, diagnosing, and treating sports-related injuries, helping you return to the activities that fuel your passion. St. Francis Rehabilitative Services, with clinic locations in Chaska, Shakopee, and Savage. Schedule an appointment today.
Yeah, good afternoon from the Braemar Ice Arena in Edina, Minnesota. We appreciate you sticking with us here for the second period of action. Ryan Paul, I'm bringing Greg Erickson, my color commentator for tonight. We are currently sitting in the first intermission where Minnetonka leads the Chaska Hawks 1-0 in this Section 2 of Class 2 semifinal game. We got a couple minutes before the teams take the ice. Greg, give us your first period impressions.
Yeah, as far as the first period went, I mean, Justin Bach was playing pretty solid. He challenged the shot takers. He was outside of his crease. He was well positioned. The only one goal that was scored on him by co-captain and centerman Luke Lowhite was slid under his pads as he was moving to his right, and that's how we got a 1-0 goal here after one. Minnetonka's got 12 seniors on this varsity team, as I alluded to earlier in the game. And they're loaded with talent, and that's what it takes to be ranked number 1 in the state. That includes Luke Lowhite, the number 8, the centerman co-captain, the 6'1" forward, will be playing next year with the Duluth Bulldogs.
Yep.
And he's actually head coach Sean Goldworthy's nephew. So
They're right.
He's got a pretty good hockey lineage.
Sure.
And I was talking about Goldworthy earlier there in the first period. Goldworthy's skippers played in the state tournament in 1990. When Goldsworthy was on the skippers, he played in the state tournament in 1990.
There you go.
And he's trying to get them back there. They've not made an appearance since 2010, so he's going to try to get them back into the tournament here.
Chaska Hawks, I hate to interrupt you, but they've never made a state tournament.
They've never made a state tournament.
Their victory against Eden Prairie last Thursday was their first ever Class 2 section playoff victory.
That's right. Since joining the Class AA in 2014, the Chaska has lost all their section playoff games. Last year it was a loss to Prior Lake, 1-4. Year before that, they were drubbed by Eden Prairie, 0-6.
Yep.
And in fact, Eden Prairie took second in the tournament that year, and the year before it was a 3-4 loss to Laconia.
Well, after one period of play, it's Minnetonka 1, Chaska 0. Luke Lowhite, pardon me if I was mispronouncing that in the first period. Luke Lowhite, the senior, with 12 goals and 18 assists coming into the game, tallied one on the board for Minnetonka. Assists went to Kothe and Hicks of Minnetonka.
And it'll be interesting to see what kind of adjustments Dave Snuggerud has been able to make with the team in the period intermission. Usually he's able.
They're not even on the ice yet.
No, and that's actually very typical for Chaska. They make the other team wait for some reason. That's kind of a signature move by Dave. Oftentimes referees are going to have to go back and tell the team to get on the ice.
Well, Dave's running back there right now. He's going through the back hallway looking for his players.
Well, and the referee's asking him what the deal is, and
the boos are going to start to come from Minnetonka.
Yeah, they're kind of wondering why their team has to mill around the middle ice while Chaska hasn't even taken the ice yet. And again, I've seen Dave do this a number of times throughout the years. And I'm not sure if it's a ploy or if the guys
they're
having I bet you they're having a player-only meeting before this period. What's it going to take to beat the number 1 team in the state? Now they're taking the ice to the cheers of the student section and the fans
and the boos of the Minnetonka folks.
You know, and luckily they're getting drowned out. At least as far as I can tell.
Chaska student section, as we mentioned earlier in the game, overwhelming the Minnetonka students.
We've got a whiteout. They are doing a whiteout. They've all got white
clothing,
jerseys, white.
So as we get ready for the second period of play, Greg Erickson, I'm Ryan Paul with you on the Lenzen Chevrolet Buick Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. It's 1-0 after 1. 17 more minutes of hockey. The Chaska students are ready to win as Minnetonka wins the face-off back. It's Grant Doctor working away from us here in the corner. Up ahead for Kothe. Kothe puts one in weak on Bach, and Bach ticks it off with a stick and covers with 16:50 left for 10 seconds into this period. A stoppage and a face-off to the right hand or the left of Justin Bach.
Number 1 lines for both teams out on the ice. The goal scorer, Luke Lowhite, taking the draw against Warner.
Here's Rhett Pitlick behind his own goal. Works it around here in the defensive zone. Up for William Magnuson. Magnuson up ahead for Kulix. Kulix tape to tape back into the corner. Chaska trying to catch Minnetonka sleeping. Good defensive work in the neutral zone by Minnetonka's number 8, Luke Lohoyt.
From behind.
And Mason Kulix is forced to retreat for Chaska. The winner of this game will play on Wednesday night against the Holy Family Fire in the Section 2 championship game at Mariucci Arena in Minneapolis. A tip puck almost went to the Chaska bench. Now the Hawks push it in. Here's Pitlick in the corner. Works with it. Now it's worked around the Dashers by Minnetonka. They clear the zone. Here comes Lohight in the neutral zone. 16 minutes left here in the second period of 3.
Billy Bronson is so stable at defense. I'm telling you what, he was able to back that guy down, take the puck away, and now here come the Hawks.
Here comes Shane Lavelle. He puts one on. It almost trickled in. It was just a little weak backhand flick towards the goal. Bronson tees one up. It's blocked out front.
That was a good wrister from the right point. Just wasn't able to get enough on it. Nobody was able to tip it.
Neutral zone play working here. Chaska and Minnetonka. Now it's in the Minnetonka zone. Lohight off for Molinar. Minnetonka had Lohight whiff on a wide open point blank shot.
He was all by himself on the back door.
Here comes Lavelle. Lavelle up ahead, had it breakaway, but Andrew Hicks caught up to him, poked it away. Now Minnetonka has Chaska caught on a change. They had
Great speed
gained the zone, but
play.
Chaska is able to retreat and recover. A couple of big mistakes there by either team, leading to some game-changing plays possibly, but we avoided anything of that nature with 15 minutes left in the second period. It stays at a 1-0 hockey game.
And that's the main thing that Minnetonka coaches told me, that they just do not want to have any breakaways against them. And I think they've stressed that with their kids. They need to keep those to a minimum.
Dr. Delidke walked out in front off the shot, centered puck, intercepted by Cuss of Chaska. Cuss has it poked away from him behind. Now Minnetonka on a change. Chaska dumps right into the stick of Grant Doctor. Thomas gives chase.
As well.
14 and a half left. Warner, size and all, playing defense on this shift. Looked like. Chaska forces ahead, a turnover though. Mitch McGannon caught in the neutral zone. Pitlick stole it right away from him. Here comes Rhett Pitlick into the zone. Tonka doing a good job not letting him in freely. And Chaska's ability to cross into the zone has been seldom here tonight.
Minnetonka was really able to take Pitlick's speed away from him in that first period. He's trying to come out charging here in the second, but Minnetonka's still stymieing him a little bit.
Bayless up ahead loses it for Minnetonka. Now it's right on the stick of Chaska's Benz. Benz got tripped up by the blue line monster and fell to his knees. Chaska keeps the zone as Benz gets tangled up in the corner with Doctor. Now Minnetonka comes away with it. Here's Bayless. Bayless puts one on. Bach gave up a juicy rebound right off of his leg pad. Another puck free out in front of the net is collected by the Hawks. Minnetonka tips it up in the air right into the breadbasket of Blaine Warner. Now Blaine Warner enters his zone. Warner flicks one on. It's right off the side of the net. Hit off the stick of Charlie Glockner in net for Minnetonka.
Glockner locked his left foot down on that post. No way for the puck to get past.
Lavelle for Chaska. Thomas. No, that's McDonald. Good save. Chaska with some intensity here. Here's a cross check. It's not called though. Now a puck out in front of the net and a whistle. And we're going to get a penalty. It is a cross check. It's going to go against Doctor. Oh, a trip. Okay.
For a trip. Let me tell you what. McDonald almost scored on that play. He whiffed on the first attempt. He maintained it, but he was getting tripped at the time, and that's when he tried to take the second shot. Glockner was able to save it, but Minnetonka once again is going to the penalty box.
Hawks on the man advantage for the second time tonight. They're 0 for 1. Tonka killed off the first penalty. Chaska got a couple good looks, but nothing overwhelmingly impressive.
Interesting how they've got Bronson playing the right wing on this power play.
Bronson with it for the Hawks off of the face-off win. Tonka can't clear. Chaska keeps it in. Warner fires one off the shin pad of Will Kroll for Minnetonka. Now they clear. The Skippers force the Hawks to touch up with 12:51 to go. A minute 43 to go in the penalty. To Minnetonka's number 2, Grant Doctor.
I think Snuggerud puts Bronson on that wing so that sometimes he can have number 4, Mike Kester, drop down.
Chaska's got 3-on-2. Here comes Kester. Kester goes through the legs, trying to work it out. It was centered off, but Minnetonka was there to poke it away, and they clear the zone with 1:24 to go in the penalty. And we're going to get a high stick. So it'll come down a face-off in the Chaska the Minnetonka offensive zone.
Pitlick was trying to prevent the skippers from sending that puck all the way down the ice. His stick must have been over his shoulder blades, and now they're going to be whistled down for high stick. Face-off is to the right of Justin Bach.
1:18 to go in the penalty. Hawks 0 for 1 on the man advantage tonight. Mason Klulik loses it in the corner for Chaska. Andrew Hicks tries to clear. Now he does as Chaska dropped it out of the zone. Mike Kester back in here across the blue line. Kester goes back in off the post!
And it stayed out front. It hit the post. It was out in the crease.
Chaska's fans are going crazy. Here's Magnuson, fires right over the head of Glockner. That was a phenomenal scoring chance with 51 seconds left in the penalty. I'm sure you could hear the ting of that off the iron.
That post, that puck hit the post square, and now here comes Chaska.
Here he comes again. Kester looks to tee one up, fires it. Stick was held, nothing called. Now we do get a penalty. It'll be 5-on-3 for Chaska.
They're going to get him
for a slash. 11:45 to go. Hawks going back up.
With 38 seconds to go in the first penalty, Chaska will be up two men for the next minute 22. For the next 38
seconds.
And then a minute 22 they'll be on 5-on-4. So it's 5-on-3. Bronson is the right wing again.
Hawks trying to capitalize.
Warner is going to be taking the draw against Bobby.
Bobby Brink, that is. Here's Calvin Barrett. Over to Pitlick. Excuse me, that's Kester. Now into Warner. Warner puts one on right into the glove of Glockner.
He was trying to get Pitlick for a tip out front. It went right past him. Let me tell you what. I mean, that puck was sitting in the crease for a good second and a half. There were 3 Minnetonka skippers looking at it. They didn't know how to get rid of it, but they finally did.
Face off. Puck cleared by Minnetonka.
Josh Lukey just cranked that puck down the ice. 19 seconds to go on the 5-on-3 advantage.
Again, we apologize if there is some dropping.
Chaska's coming into the zone.
Chonka clears though, and Chaska has to retreat. 6 seconds left, and we're going to go back to a 5-on-4 here.
Calvin Barrett tried to send it back to the point. The man vacated the area, and it went all the way down.
Here come the Hawks. Shot centered off, just poked away by Glockner.
That was a great save. Let me tell you what, the Hawks have probably doubled the amount of shots that they had in that first period. They only had 3 in that first period altogether.
Centered puck, right kicked away. Warner had it put on goal.
The pass was coming from, is that Shane Lavelle?
Shane Lavelle, I believe.
Yeah, Shane Lavelle was on the right dot, sent it all the way over to the left dot. Warner couldn't bang it home. Minute 1 to go in the 5-on-4 man advantage.
Dave Snuggerud letting the official hear it, and the official doesn't want anything to do with it. Snuggerud going to have to reassume his position behind the players on the bench.
What do you suppose the issue was there?
Unsure. Minnetonka gets the puck here with 57 seconds to go in the power play. McDonald with it. McDonald tried to center it. It was kicked away, though, by Hicks. Now Hicks and McDonald get tangled up. Minnetonka tries to swing it around the dashers. Benz with it for Chaska. Hawks on a 5-on-4. Ben's going to get a clean pass off, and Tonka gets a steal. Ryan Elder clears the zone for the Skippers. Chaska able to catch it up, though. 34 seconds left in the power play.
Boy, that was the opportunity of a lifetime right there for the Hawks at the beginning of this power play.
25 seconds left. They're going to be coming from coast to coast. Is Chaska with 10 minutes left in the period. Lavelle stops up quickly, gives it off for Benz, who wasn't ready for it. Now a turnover by Benz.
It's a 2-on-1. They've got Bobby Brink. He's going to take a shot.
Brink just missed the upper left corner. That was headed right for the upper shelf, and he just went a little bit too far left. Here comes Chaska now, still in the man advantage for 2 seconds. Charlie Glockner eats it up right into his chest, and we go 5-on-5 here as Tonka Hill's killed off now with 2 power plays and a 5-on-3.
Lavelle just sent that one right into the midsection of Charlie Glockner, the goalie for the Skipper.
Space off to the left of the Minnetonka goalie.
Cuss is back on the ice.
Tonka wins the draw. Pushing ahead, Lagerback, excuse me.
It's a great back check by Cuss. He was able to break up the pass, and now the Hawks have the puck in their own
Chaska
zone.
turns it over in their defensive zone. Now they come up ahead with it. Cuss taps it off here for McDonald. Excuse me, that's number 10, Owen Thomas for Chaska.
This is the third line that hasn't gotten a whole lot of action this game.
Tonka stops up before entering the zone, gets his change off. Jack Bayless tries to back it out. Chaska keeps it though. Swinging around the dashers here, no team able to possess it cleanly. 9 minutes left, 5-on-5 hockey here.
Kester backhands it out of the Hawk zone and now tries to get it over to Owen Thomas, but he goes off for a change, and now out come the Skippers.
The steal for Chaska in the neutral zone. Blaine Warner wasn't ready to receive a forward pass from Brett Pillick. Warner knocks it, Skipper to his butt. Now Molinar and Pitlick go for it.
Pitlick was trying to get around a check.
Pitlick took one right up to the neck region. Now they battle for it. They get tied up. Molinar and Lohoit do.
Pitlick's leaving everything on the ice in this game. I think he knows the importance.
Chaska clears off of the Minnetonka forecheck. Now Ludke into the zone. Fire right off the blocker of Justin Bach. 8:13 to go. 1-0. Chaska still playing and the disadvantage, or Chaska still playing in the disadvantage of the score column. But centered puck trickled right in front of Bach. Nothing coming though.
Front, nobody was there. Out come the Hawks. They exit the zone cleanly, but now turn it over in the neutral zone. And
Heim up ahead for Lohoit. Lohoit puts it in. Blocked away by Justin Bach. And we're going to get a penalty. If the net came dislodged, which was the reason for the stop. We get some extracurriculars going on with 7:53 to go. I think we're going to get a penalty coming against Chaska here. It's going to be Warner going to the box. He took a shot at Minnetonka's Cothey, I think.
Yeah,
going to go for cross-checking.
Cross-checked him into the boards after the puck was frozen. I think he was just trying to make sure that he didn't get a chance at that loose puck before Bach was able to cover it off.
7:53 left. 1-0 hockey game. Warner in the box. Tonka on the power play for the first time tonight.
This is definitely a place where Chaska doesn't want to be. They'd rather have man advantages versus being down a guy.
The Skippers successful on 25.3% of their man advantages this year. The Hawks kill it off 77% of the time.
Bobby Brink won the face-off cleanly.
Lidke, tape to tape. Skippers running the power play. Lidke almost had a free net. Bach made a wonderful sliding save.
Bach was able to stymie that shot by sliding his right. Chaska ices the puck. Now they're coming back up.
Here comes Tonka.
That's Brink.
Brink it with it. Kicks it behind the net with speed around to the corner. 7:27 to go. Tonka on the man advantage. The Hawks quickly clear it.
That kid's just a sophomore, Ryan.
Glockner retreats here for the Skippers. Here comes Minnetonka. Bayless up ahead with it on the power play. Here's Brink. Chaska clears again. A wonderful defensive play by Chaska. Had an offensive rush, but somebody got a stick on it for Chaska and kicked it all the way down the ice. Tonka resets with 1:07 to go in the penalty to Warner. Cuss, another wonderful defensive play. Pitlick gets tangled up behind it though. Tonka up 5-on-3. Now they are back 5-on-4. Loose puck out in front. Tonka. Cothey scores.
Justin made the initial save, but the puck came out. He's talking to the referee saying he was interfered with.
2-0. Tonka scores on the power play.
But the red light has been lit. And Tonka will go up 2-0.
Justin Bach upset about that one. Thought he might have been interfered with. The goal is going to count though.
Referees are having a discussion in their crease.
I don't think it'll be waved off.
We've got Kester over pleading a case with both referees.
Let's see if we can read some facial expressions from where we are. I don't think Kester's still pleading his case. This goal is going to count from what it looks like.
Looks that way. One ref asked the other ref if he saw anything. That ref didn't see it, so I think they're just going to be feeding the name and number of the players who scored and got in on the assists. I'd say the student section for Minnetonka is about half or a third the size of the Chaska student section.
So it's 2-0. The goal counts with 6:47 to go. Tonka power play goal, putting him ahead 2-0. Chaska quickly off the draw. McDonald down with it for Chaska.
McDonald's having a pretty good game. He's all over the ice. Little Energizer Bunny. Here comes the Skippers in neutral ice. They get into the Chaska zone, sent it out front. That's definitely a trend that I'm seeing with the Skippers, that they're able to open up the back door. They're able to get the puck across the front of the goal mouth. And,
icing coming here with 6:06 to go. Tonka slid one down too far, and a 2-0 hole for Chaska silences their crowd, and the spirits have dropped substantially. It would appear. Hawks, though, have an offensive zone face-off here. 6:06 left. Lavelle tries to win it. Tonka too strong, though. It was Dr. Chaska turnover in the neutral zone, though.
Magnuson wasn't able to hold the point.
Kester taking a shot from behind. Falls to the ground. Gets up, though, with 5:50 left. Chaska can't clear. Lavelle almost had a breakaway. Centering puck. Mitch McGannon was open in the slot. Couldn't receive the pass cleanly. Donkey doing a good job of playing team hockey here today, Greg. I think they have accomplished pretty much a lot of those goals through half of this game that they strive for, that you mentioned in the pregame show. Chaska here, a 2-on-2. Here comes Lavelle. Lavelle puts one on just over. It was tipped off
Great
as he shot it.
Grant Doctor got back, was able to do the back check.
Here comes Elder. Flicks it around. Tonka gets a line change off. Lavelle stopped up short by Doctor.
They're just really able to maintain puck possession. They're really able to pass.
A lot of bodies out in front of the net. Loose puck. Pitlick comes away with it for Chaska. Icing waved off here as it's sent all the way down behind Glockner of Minnetonka.
Yeah, I mean, that was just an attempt to get it out of the zone. We're lucky that a Minnetonka player tipped it.
Puck goes up into the Minnetonka students.
Chaska was able to get a change and thwart yet another attack into our zone.
2-0. Going to get a center ice face-off after the puck was flipped up into the stands. 4:48 left. 2-0 game. Tonka wins another face-off. Chaska really struggling on the draws tonight, allowing Tonka to hold the puck for a long strand of this game here. Kroll fires one right into the glove of Justin Bach. A nice save.
Bach saw that one all the way, was able to make the glove save. The face-off will be to his left.
Seems like Tonka's running a little bit of a power play here as of late. After that second goal, they kind of have been tapping it around.
They're able to maintain possession. They're able to pass D to D. They're able to go high-low. They're able to hit the back door.
Face-off to the left of Bach in net for the Hawks. 4.5 left in the second period. Chaska needs to pull something off here in order to climb back into this game. Chaska not able to clear the zone. Minnetonka doing a tremendous job as Luke Lohite is laid out by Mason Kulix. He's up.
No call coming. That was a clean hit.
That was a clean hit, but Luke Lohite got decleated, if you want to mention that. And Tonka's going to try to retaliate, and Bach makes a wonderful sprawling save, but Minnetonka keeps the zone. Puck possession for the Hawks at a premium here so far in this game.
And that's a common theme for this team against these powerhouses. It was even the case against Eden Prairie.
Kulix up ahead of marked man, takes a big hit. Puck comes along the dashers. Fluttering puck now, worked out of the neutral zone. Here comes Lohite. Lohite dumps it off. 3-on-2 for Minnetonka. They run it up. Joe Molinar fires one just over the crossbar. An aggressive rebound, and now Justin Bach gets ran right into. He's going to hop back up. Now, and he's mad. Justin Bach cannot afford to get hurt. They are down. Ben Urbance is their senior goaltender. The next goaltender on the team tonight is Patrick Fontaine, the sophomore who is yet to play in a game this season.
He's yet to have any varsity minutes. And we don't want to have to turn to that, but it looks like Justin's skating around just fine. They definitely gave him a pretty good shot there.
3:37 left. Chaska to the power play. 2 minutes for Kothi. Chaska, if they could cut this lead in half, that would be huge for them. Here's Mike Kester. Off for Blaine Warner. Warren working around the puck. Chopped loose from him, though. Bobby Brink playing good defense. Here's Rhett Pitlick, Chaska's top power play line. Mike Kester can't receive the puck cleanly. Flipped right over his stick.
Puck just bounced away from him. He had an opportunity. He was in the high slot and ready to go.
Warner into the corner for Pitlick. Back to Warner. Warner fires one right into the chest of Charlie Glockner. A stoppage with 3:13 left and 1:36 to go in the penalty to Kothi.
Warner's shot came from the outside of the dot, from near the boards, and so those just are not the effective shots that you need to take. You need to find the open man out front.
Tonka wins yet another faceoff. They're going to be able to clear here and send it all the way down. Justin Bach's going to come out of his crease. Leave it off for Kester. We go under 3 to play. Second period of the semifinal game. Winner gets Holy Family on Wednesday night at Mariucci. Here comes Kester with the man advantage. Loses it. Warner trying to give it back to Kester. Tonka quickly clears back around, though. The penalty kill, very solid for Minnetonka.
Does not take them long to get that puck and get it down the ice.
Here comes Chaska's power play unit. Second line on the ice now.
When you're just dumping and chasing on the power play, you know you're up against.
Another clear, going to come right down to Justin Bach, who stomps it up and is going to kick it off with 50 seconds left. That's 5-0 left in the penalty. Chaska's trying to get it out of the defensive zone. Now they do. It's in the neutral zone. Here comes Lavelle. Lavelle all the way by himself. Stomps up. Leaves it away for Kester. Kester can't collect the puck. Now Mike Kester trying to put some moves on. Bends in the corner. Minnetonka steal. Now here's Kester. Kester by himself. A shot blocked out front. Goes up and into the netting. Mike Kester, the stick work, looking a little bit off tonight. He's not been able to receive a couple of these passes lately.
Mike Kester's usually able to get around anybody that he comes up against, but now you're talking about the cream of the crop here. You're talking about one of the best teams, if not the best team in the state. You're not going to be able to stick handle around a lot of these guys. You're going to have give and go passing. You're going to have to do some things a little bit more differently than you do when you're playing.
Another face-off. Won by Minnetonka, and they're going to push all the way ahead here with 21 seconds left in the penalty.
When you're playing teams in the Metro West Conference.
Bach almost gave up an open net.
Yeah, Bach's pass
all the way down to the other end. It could have been
a skipper.
Could have been an absolutely horrible mistake. Chaska, though, back down. 5 seconds left in the penalty. Lavelle back around. Tonka clears the zone. That's Jack Bayless causing problems. 5-on-5 hockey here. Another penalty killed off by Minnetonka. Kester into the zone. Kester working through some skippers. Centers it off. Benz had an open net, but Pitlick couldn't put it away. Now Pitlick stomps that behind. Pitlick's put it into the glass. Tonka's trying to clear. Lavelle pushes ahead. Pitlick. Doctor.
Kester's got the heart of a lion, but he just was not able to accomplish.
Lavelle centers and score! Ethan Benz! I believe it's Ethan Benz! Indeed it is! Ethan Benz from Shane Lavelle!
That was the play I'm talking about, Ryan. You're out front, you're open. Get that puck to the open guy out front.
The Hawks have cut the Minnetonka lead in half. It's a Chaska goal. Ethan Benz puts it away from Shane Lavelle. The Hawks light the lamp for the first time tonight.
You've got to get other teammates involved. You can't try to do it all by yourself. You've got to make the pass to the open man out in front of the net.
1:07 left. The Hawks have energy.
That is going to energize them. Let's see if we can get something done in the last minute 7 of this second period.
It's going to go Benz from Lavelle. We'll see if there's a second assist. There's a delay off the faceoff.
Oftentimes, they're not starting.
The clock's not being started. The clock hasn't been started. And now
we're getting a penalty.
It's going to be that could be a major, I believe. It's going to be Luke Lidke, who absolutely annihilated Mason Kulix. Now Mason Kulix took out Kothi earlier and put him away in the neutral zone. Now Mason Kulix is down after being absolutely ran over by Kothi, and Kothi has already found his place in the sin bin. Justin Bach came all the way from his, he was probably headed to the bench.
He's probably headed to the bench, but he's also...
Now this might get interesting here. We saw some chippiness in the earlier semifinal game between Holy Family and Prior Lake. And that was in the third period. Now we're starting to get some crushing hits and retaliation here from these two clubs.
And I've heard that about the Minnetonka Skippers, especially with Low Hoyt.
No height.
And some of these guys, as soon as they get a little bit angry, and I think scoring a goal against them is something that gets them angry, they are going to take these kind of penalties. In fact, Litke has, well, Lowhite has over 51 minutes of penalty time this year.
Yep.
Letke has 20, so not as many.
Magnuson got the secondary assist on that other goal, on that last Chaska goal.
They're only calling him for interference, but I'll tell you what, it was kind of a targeting, if you will.
Yeah. So it's actually Andrew Hicks who is in this penalty box.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I misspoke.
I thought it might have been Lohoyt.
The captains are having a brief conversation. Mike Kester and Luke Lohoyt are at the center ice speaking things over.
Kester was lobbying with the head referee for quite a while there, indicating that should have been, like you had indicated when you first saw the call, that it probably should have been a 5-minute major, but they're only putting a 2-minute up.
There's still a conversation going on. Dave Stugrud has already had his word with the referee. Now they're over talking to Sean Goldsworthy, who wants his say in things. 1:04 left. Chaska just retaliated and scored a goal, cut the Minnetonka lead in half.
You know, that was very interesting because that clock never started.
That is interesting. It should be under a minute by now. I'm sure you saw it here on your screen if you're watching, but the clock probably was held for about 10 seconds. Yeah.
This was minute 7.
Neutral face-off in the Minnetonka zone. Chaska's Calvin Barrett off for Pitlick. Pitlick in the corner looks for someone to center it off to. Now Blaine Warner lets it go by him. Tonka's going to be able to clear. Bayless comes down with it for the Skippers. They're going to try to get a rush off here. Here's Lohoyt. Lohoyt throws one on and they score. Luke Lohoyt went upper shelf on Justin Bach. And just when we thought Chaska might have had something going for him, Justin Bach lets one trickle by him, and it's 3-1. Shorthanded.
You know what? Turnovers in the offensive zone.
Yep.
When you're pressing on a 5-on-4 advantage, and you're trying to even the tally of the game, Minnetonka was able to get that puck out of the zone quickly. They were able to go ahead.
Right back where we started. 48.2 left, and Minnetonka retaliates.
That was a tremendous opportunity for Chaska to take advantage, not only of scoring the last goal, but then also having the power play.
Bobby Brink gets credit for the goal.
That kid scores goals in his sleep.
14 goals coming into the game on the year. Chaska trying to come down. They're playing from behind once again, it feels like. Right when they had the intensity, they had the big penalty. But now Minnetonka's causing problems for them even here in the defensive zone. With 1:20 to go, we've got 20 seconds left. This penalty will carry over into the third period, assuming Chaska does not score here. Kester's going to try to get one more rush off. He has to check away Bayless, though, before he can try to put a move on. Now Kester works down, backs out with 6 seconds left. They need to move the puck. Bronson with 1 second left. This clock is going to expire, and we go to intermission with a 3-1 Minnetonka advantage.
That was an absolute dagger for Minnetonka to score the short-handed goal. Bobby Brink. That kid played for the Chaska Chanhassen Youth Hockey Association, and he played up.
Yep.
He played in levels far above his peers, age level.
Yep.
In fact, there were games when his father, Andy, would make him pass the puck 6 times before he was allowed to take a shot on goal. So,
after 2 periods of play, it's Minnetonka 3, Chaska 1. The Hawks will be on the power play for the first 56 seconds of the third period. When we come back, you're watching High School Hockey Section 2 semifinal on the Lenzen Chevrolet Buick Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network.
Lenzen Chevrolet Buick is a family-owned business, proud to service the Chaska area for the past 35 years. We sell both new and used cars. We got a complete service department with a body shop full service. We believe in community. We support the churches, the schools, the Lions clubs, the Chamber of Commerce, you name it. We're proud to be a community leader.
There's a better, brighter day ahead for patients who visit St. Francis Rehabilitative Services. Our wide-ranging, innovative, and compassionate care offers adults and children the services and support that inspire them to a higher quality of life. Among our services is our comprehensive sports medicine program, specializing in preventing, diagnosing, and treating sports-related injuries, helping you return to the activities that fuel your passion. St. Francis Rehabilitative Services, with clinic locations in Chaska, Shakopee, and Savage. Schedule an appointment today.
Welcome back to Braemar Ice Arena. Ryan Paul with you. Greg Erickson, color guy tonight. Chaska's taking the ice. We're getting ready for this third period. Chaska down 3-1.
Looks like they're purposefully making the Hawks take the ice ahead of the Skippers this time for that shenanigans at the end of one when Minnetonka had to wait for about a minute and a half after time had expired between periods. You know what? Hey, Chaska, don't count Chaska out. We were talking about this before we went on the air here. Don't count them out. They know what it's like to score a goal. They had a great opportunity. They scored the goal. They had a penalty assessed against the Skippers. They were on the power play. You know, and they're pressing. They've got a great power play unit. They've got guys with tons of you know, Dave puts the best players on his team out there during power plays. And it's just like when they scored shorthanded oftentimes themselves against teams. But you know what? The Skippers are going to put their best talented kids during the PK, the power kill, the penalty kill unit out there, and that's when Bobby Brink was able to dart down the ice and score a goal.
The Skippers scored a shorthanded goal at the end of the period, as Greg just mentioned. Bobby Brink from Jack Bayless with just around a minute left in the second period. The Hawks will carry over a man advantage into the second period for 56 seconds. The face-off at center ice. We're underway for the final 17 minutes of regulation between Chaska and Minnetonka. The number 1 seed Skippers have a 3-1 hold on the Chaska Hawks here, who are number 5 in the section coming into the tournament.
Winner goes to Mariucci, loser goes home.
Winner goes to Mariucci against Holy Family on Wednesday night. The Fire await the winner of this game for their opponent for the Wednesday night section final.
Section hockey is a ton of fun to watch. This place is packed.
Certainly is. Braemar, a classic arena in the state. Chaska in the offensive zone on the power play. Going tape to tape goes Kester. Kester fires one and goes just wide. 16 seconds left in the penalty.
Great opportunity by Kester. I tell you, that kid, if he could, he would do it all by himself.
Had a shot blocked away by Glockner in net. 6 seconds left. The penalty is going to expire shortly. Kester taps one back in. Now he has a open shooting lane. Mike Kester had a blocked away, and Chaska has a shot fired away. Here comes number 5, Andrew Hicks, just out of the penalty box on his own. Lavelle interferes with him, but they center it off, and Kester saves the day for Chaska. Avoiding.
Chaska had to be careful there. They almost had too many men on the ice. The puck was bouncing around right in front of their
Andrew Hicks was fresh out of the penalty box. This goes right up into the stands and nearly hits a spectator. Oh my.
There's a few kids over there that had no idea that puck was coming at them at about 25 miles an hour.
Might have been more than that. Anyway, we got 15:41. Do not count these Chaska Hawks out. The penalty is expired. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey.
Face-off is at the left of Justin Bach.
Bach allowed in 3 tonight. Minnetonka wins another face-off. This puck goes trickling behind the net. Minnetonka tried to poke it in from behind, but the Hawks got a stick in there.
His stick. Luckily, the Hawks have gotten it out of the zone. So
here comes Pillick. Pillick by himself fires one. Blocked away by Glockner. Warner.
That's the exact thing that this Minnetonka coaching staff was worried about, these individual efforts by these very talented Chaska Hawks.
Starkey goes over, fires one for Warner, loose out in front. Chaska in there's in the offensive zone. Minnetonka gets it though off of a missed shooting opportunity from behind the net. Now here come the Skippers. This is low height. Low height fires one, just wide of the net. Bach has to spin around. Here comes Mason Kulix. Tonka's going to have to retreat. Pitlick up ahead by himself in the neutral zone, dumps it in. Hawks are going to get a full change off here with 14:48 to go. Third period of section hockey action here from Braemar Ice Arena in Edina, Minnesota. Icing is waved off as it was tipped off. Kester behind, spins around, and the puck poked loose. Now McDonald taps it up ahead, gets checked into the boards, and Minnetonka forces yet another Chaska turnover. Kester pokes it down into the zone. Some players collide behind the play with 14:20 to go. Minnetonka up ahead. Here's Cousineau. Cousineau off for Elder, but Kester was there. Plays some good defensive stick work to poke it away. Puck trickling out in front. Bronson kicks it away.
Looks
up into the glass.
Minnetonka's rolling 4 lines now. They're feeling a little bit more comfortable.
Elder centers it. Chaska can't get it out of there. Now it's finally out of the crease, and players are tangled up behind. Kester and Cuss working behind the net. Tonka keeps the zone, though. Chaska can't get it out of the zone. They need to do that if they're going to have a chance at this hockey game. Good forecheck being applied there by Jack Bayless of Minnetonka. They still in the zone. Bronson pokes it loose. Kester here. Going to see a lot of ice time, I can only imagine, in this third period.
Minnetonka's knocking Chaska off the puck time and time again.
Chaska not having any success on the passing lanes. Kester puts a fancy move on. Here he comes. Now off for Lavelle. Lavelle fires. It's wide. Minnetonka recollects. The Skippers have a 3-on-1. It's a 4-on-1 for Minnetonka. They're 4-on-2 now for Minnetonka. Magnuson, it was centered off. Chaska's going to come away with a 2-on-1. Here come the Hawks. Ethan bends to Lavelle. Lavelle out of his reach, and they give Minnetonka a chance to recollect. Ben's almost had a second goal of the game off a tip in. Warner couldn't fire one in. Now it comes loose, and Minnetonka's going to have a break. Justin Bach going to go against Jack Bayless. Bayless gives it off for Brink. Brink fires it in. Good defensive work, though, by Chaska once again. Magnuson here in the defensive zone for Chaska. Lavelle backtracks. Pushed away by Lagerbach. Comes all the way around the dashers to Ethan Benz, the only goal scorer for Chaska here this evening. Magnuson has it. Pushes up ahead out of the reach of Lavelle. And Starkey pokes it away into the neutral zone. It's stopped up in a whistle.
The puck went into the bench. The snow's wreaking havoc outside.
The snow plows must be having issues. They're having to tow some cars.
Well, I hope you're warm and toasty in your house and you're able to turn on the Chaska Hawk Broadcast Network.
Another turnover in the offensive zone. Minnetonka comes with it. Chaska, a lot of offensive zone turnovers tonight. That's really been the difference.
And that's exactly what all the parents are telling me about between the periods when I went over and chatted with them. They're just saying that Minnetonka is absolutely stifling.
Here comes Pillick by himself. He's got two defenders on him. Stops up. Kulix rips one, but it just out of his reach, and it was blocked up by Minnetonka. Here come the Skippers all the way down. Kothi dumps it off for Brink. Brink centers. Magnuson was in the way, though. It's 12 minutes to go.
Those are the exact kind of opportunities that we're talking about time and time again. Chaska gets the puck. They go down for a quick rush, try to get the bang-bang play, and that's all they've got.
The Skippers really overpowering the Hawks here.
And then the Skippers are able to just get it out of the zone and then move it.
11:42 left. Minnetonka comes away into the neutral zone now. Tape to tape up here for Kothi. Kothi puts one in. Bach didn't have to
whiffed on that
mess with it. Kothi just straight up whiffed on it. Here comes Keith Fletcher. First time we've called his name in game action tonight. He dumps it up behind the goal. Glockner comes out nonchalantly to reset it. Now Owen Thomas comes away. Kester backs up with 11:16 to go. The Hawks need to get something going here, and they need to quit. Fletcher dumps it back. Kester back in the neutral zone now as it was cleared out by Minnetonka with ease.
He just got it deep. The Hawks are making a change.
11:04 left. Intensity Minnetonka at the moment. Kester by himself gets poked up off the puck. Minnetonka really doing a good job keeping Chaska's players away from the puck.
Well, anytime Kester touches the puck, Minnetonka is very smart in putting at least two guys on him, and that's the only way you can stifle Mike Kester.
Elder almost had a breakaway, but it was stopped up quick by Billy Bronson. Now the Hawks need to get rid of it. Bronson almost had another offensive zone turnover. Poked ahead here. Kester trying to come away with a break. Can't do that, though. Kester get his stick caught in the glass, it looked like.
Well, and Kester has to play both defense and offense for the Hawks.
Icing forthcoming. A face-off in the Minnetonka offense, or the defensive zone for Minnetonka. 10:26 left. Hawks and Skippers doing battle.
Both teams making line changes here. The face-off will be at the dot to the left of Charlie Glockner.
Hot spot. Your hot spot. We apologize if we're losing you real quick. We're trying to get it back. The stream really quick. Minnetonka and Chaska doing battle. We're going to get this internet fixed out here. We know what the problem is. We're just working around the fix here. Trying to get back here. Trying to get back on. We apologize if we're cutting out momentarily.
Let's turn this Wi-Fi right back.
Okay, we're sorry if we lost you for a sec. Here comes Minnetonka. Justin Fox spreads out.
That was a good save against Josh Ledke.
Oh, that's
It was a soft shot coming in from the right side.
Sorry if we lost the stream momentarily. We've got it all fixed up here. 9:46 left, a 3-1 hockey game. Chaska's Mason Kulix took a penalty as we were away.
Tripping penalty, minute 23 left.
Lavelle shorthanded, comes down, fires one on. It goes up into the netting, a stoppage, and a face-off in the offensive zone for Chaska.
Lavelle had quite a game against Minnetonka in the first meeting this year during the regular season. He was able to use his speed to get around a lot of the Minnetonka players, but they've shut him down today, as they've shut down most of the Chaska speedsters on this team.
9:36 left. You really don't want to count Chaska out, but it would seem at this point that the time is ticking away not on their side here. 9.5.
Certainly a tough road to hoe.
Yep. Tonka playing on the advantage. Grant Doctor out there on the penalty or the power play line. He stands in the corner, waits for an option, gives it off now for Bayless. Bayless goes tape to tape with Lidke. Back up top here for Doctor. Doctor goes out of the dot for Bayless. Doctor back to Bayless. Center down low, a ripper from Lidke. Just over the crossbar, and it goes all the way down the other side.
He was wide open. He was wide open on the right dot. Took a great shot. That was a great...
Just too much steam.
You saw the Tonka passes out front to the left. They get it over to the right.
Tonka almost had a good-looking opportunity, but Lohoit had it poked out of his reach. Chaska's Pitlick is without a stick at the moment. He laid out and tried to block a shot, but it never went off. Slapper, out from the point, hits the dasher. Pitlick still working without a stick. Falls to the ice now. Loose puck out in front. Chaska clears. No, they don't. It's kept in.
It's a 5-on-3 right now with Pitlick without the stick.
Chaska needs to get Brett Pitlick a stick. Now, an absolute heater. Shot from about 20 feet away. Kester trying to clear for Chaska. They can't get out. Brett Pitlick does clear the zone. What a play. Mason Kulix fresh out of the box. Sends it all the way down. Chaska, good job killing that penalty play or power play off. Brett Pitlick, what a job out there without a stick. He went out there for about half the penalty.
Pitlick kicked that puck down the ice and almost hit Kulix in stride. It was not tape to tape, it was blade to tape.
Yep.
And almost hit Kulix coming out of the box.
So with 8:13 left, Chaska has a face-off and a chance here to take a little bit more of a shot at a lead or a tie even with 8:13 left. The 3-1 hockey
game.
It's
a good victory for the Hawks to kill that penalty kill off.
Magnuson back to 5-on-5 hockey. The Hawks and Skippers here. Magnuson, Minnetonka's defensive stick work has really been phenomenal. They haven't allowed the Hawks, not only with the body checks, but with the stick work. They've really kept the puck out of Chaska's possession.
They do know how to swarm the player with the puck. There's no doubt about it. And I think Dave's starting to get some other guys on the ice here. We're starting to see Fletcher out here a little bit more than he's been playing.
Elder, the shot. Justin Bach jumps for the save. It's behind him. They need to blow the whistle. Now they're going at it down low.
Some face washing.
I think they're going to get a Minnetonka. If I'm correct, they're going to send Minnetonka to the penalty box. I think we're going to see David Andes go for a second penalty of the game.
I went out if they put Lavelle in the box, too. Well, guess not.
Or are they going to leave it go?
You should have seen...
They're going to leave it go. No penalties coming.
I wish we had video of that. Justin Bach stacked the pads old school. Able to knock that puck down.
Justin Bach makes another wonderful glove save. See if that can maybe pick Chaska up. They need to. They feed off this intensity from their fans. 7:36 left. 2-goal lead for Minnetonka. Minnetonka. Lidke fires one.
That hit a body.
Out front. Chaska comes away with a 3-on-2. Lavelle fires it in, trickles away. Chaska has a chance, but it's covered up by Charlie Glockner. He let off a juicy rebound, but the second chance shot was gloved down by him with 7:23 to go, and we have a stoppage and a face-off in the Minnetonka zone.
Yeah, that was a long shot for Chaska. Easy save for the goalie, but like you said, he had a pretty big rebound out there. Warner wasn't able to bang it past Glockner.
The Hawks need something quick. 7:23 left. They're going to try to drag this game on as long as they can. A face-off, another one won by Minnetonka in the defensive zone. Kester keeps it out in the zone.
75% face-off wins.
Oh, most certainly. Penalty. Tonka takes a penalty. Josh Lidke going to go. I think it's a hook.
He's pleading his case as they make their way to the box, but to no avail. You're right, he's getting nailed for the hook.
Chaska yet to capitalize on the power play.
How many have we had so far?
4 or 5, I believe.
Yeah.
He had his 5-on-3, so I think it probably is 5 now. 0 for 5 tonight on the power play. They scored an even strength goal just after a penalty had expired.
There's no doubt that this is the time when Chaska has to take advantage of these mistakes. That was not a penalty that needed to be made.
7:14 left. Hawks on a man advantage for 2 minutes, unless they can put one between the pipes. Tonka wins the face-off back. Chaska really trying to just keep it in the zone at this point after Tonka's been winning all these face-offs. They clear it down, and it's going to come right into Justin Bach's wheelhouse.
Paddles it off to Kester.
Kester recollects, and Chaska's going to come down here. Rhett Pitlick has it here off of the pass from Kester. Pitlick up across the red line. Kester looks for an option. Surveys the sheet of ice. Now out in front. This puck almost trickles out, and Warner keeps it in though. Now Warner fires one deflected out front. Warner got a body put on him.
Warner was very lucky that puck didn't get chipped out of the zone.
126
off to the races again.
Minnetonka clears it down. I think Chaska needs to score on this power play, or else their chances diminish quite substantially.
I think the same guys who are on this power play are the same guys that have been playing most of the game, and they are gassed.
You really see Minnetonka taking an advantage here as this puck is sent down once more. 1:03 left in the penalty.
And that was the exact strategy of Minnetonka.
Bach makes a mistake, and Tonka centers it off, and they put it just wide. Justin Bach got caught behind the net. He didn't know that David Andis was coming right up behind him, and they almost had a wide open net and a goal, but instead Chaska comes down now. They dump it in.
He left the puck back there, and there wasn't anybody from Chaska that came back to get it.
Minnetonka doing a good job. You would never know this is a Chaska power play, that they just had a dump and chase, and now Minnetonka comes back down and clears it away.
They're free to ice the puck, but then nobody comes and gets it.
Lavelle
is putting good pressure.
Yep, they're not letting Chaska get anything done here, even on the power play. Magnuson with 24 to go in the power play. It's Lidke in the box for a hook. Kester, tape to tape. Lavelle, they are still playing in the neutral zone. Now Benz enters. Benz with some nice stick work. Benz puts it in, but it was blocked out front. 9 seconds left before we go back to even strength. Tonka, and here's Kulitz, fires one. It was short, blocked away by Glockner. We're at even strength hockey here. Chaska looking for something. They put one on. Benz almost had a second of the game. 5:06 left, even strength. Kulitz from the point, blocked away. Here's Lavelle. Chaska getting some good looks here. Kulitz, another one. Fires. Blocked out in front.
That hit legs.
Yep. Puck cleared away. 4:53 left.
Justin Bach way out of the
crease.
Here
comes Kester.
Up and flings it down the ice. The Hawks are on a quick change.
4:42 left. Chaska's hopes are flying away as we speak.
They're on the clock.
Yep. 2-goal lead for Minnetonka, and they have it in the offensive zone. They're controlling the puck phenomenally. Jack Bayless here, over tape to tape for Hicks. Hicks fires one, blocked out by the chest of Benz. Benz drops it down. Justin Bach took one right off of the upper chest and saved another goal. It was a one-timer from behind the net. Minnetonka almost had a goal.
That was a great pass from Bobby Brink right up front. He was going around the net, was able to reverse his course. He was going right, passed it left. Number 29, Jack Bayless, with the shot right into the gut of Justin Bach, but he was open.
With the 4:14 left in this hockey game, you get the sense that Minnetonka has just straight away overpowered the Hawks this evening. Justin Bach covers it up. Wow, what a save. They had it right off the face-off. They had a shot fling up in the air. With 4:08 now, another face-off right here in front of us.
Both Joe Molenauer and Luke Lohoit were out front. 2 men were out front for that pass. Both of them got a stick on that puck. Justin Bach was able to save both of them.
Chaska needs a miracle with 4 minutes left. They swing it up ahead. Molinar fires one. It's deflected out front. Bronson retreats for the Hawks. They need to push it here. Minnetonka gets another neutral zone win, though, and they have it back. Bronson being held up. Here comes Rhett Pitlick. Pitlick in the Minnetonka zone, poked away from him. Minnetonka, perfect example right there of what they can do defensively to you, poke it away with the stick work.
Well, I'm not sure why Rhett Pitlick thought he was able to get by on a 1-on-3. Not
Kester,
a 3-on-1, but a 1-on-3.
Kester tries to fling it into the zone. It has to be cleared out, and Minnetonka comes away with one. And a penalty. It's going to go.
Against the Hawks.
Mike Kester is going to go for a tripping penalty with 3:25 left, and
basically the guy got a step on him. Kester wrapped his stick around to try to go for the puck, but instead that caused a tripping, and Mike Kester will see 2 minutes.
Dave Snuggerud probably looking at a timeout here. Yep, Dave Snuggerud will call a timeout. With 3:25 left, Dave Snuggerud calls time. Chaska's going down a man with a Mike Kester penalty looming. We'll be right back. Chaska and Minnetonka, the Skippers, are up 3-1. Hold on.
Lenzen Chevrolet Buick is a family-owned business, proud to service the Chaska area for the past 35 years. We sell both new and used cars. We got a complete service department with a body shop full service. We believe in community. We support the churches, the schools, the Lions clubs, the Chamber of Commerce, you name it. We're proud to be a community leader.
Sora!
Skippers to the power play with 3:25 left. A 2-minute minor penalty for tripping against Mike Kester. He stands in the box and is displeased. He wants to be out there. You know it, Greg Erickson.
He wants to be out there, and I'll tell you what, he put this entire team on his back if he could. Dave Snuggerud called the timeout there, which is a good idea because he's got a pretty winded group out there. I only see 3 Hawks. Now we get 4. 5-on-4.
Face off to the left of Justin Bach, the goaltender for Chaska. Blaine Warrant takes the draw. Minnetonka yet again wins the face-off. Doctor off for Bayless. Down low, low height. Let it trickle away. 3:13 left, and Minnetonka, they can smell it. 3:13 away from a section final appearance.
I think at this point, Minnetonka's just content to play catch with the puck. They're going to look for that open man eventually to take the shot, but they're just playing catch.
Under 3. 3-1. Justin Bach made a sprawling save. He needs to get back up with it. Centered out, and it's going to be cleared out of the zone with 1:22 to go in the penalty.
Boy, Bobby Brink had another golden opportunity out front. Just missed it.
Doctor almost went toe-to-toe and found the back of the net, but instead it was just too wide. He comes in now. Lagerback scores.
Bobby Brink.
There's Bobby Brink.
Bobby Brink made a phenomenal play.
To Lagerback.
Wide open on the back door. You know, Ryan, I don't know if you knew this, but Bobby's got a brother. His name is Joe Henri, and he's named after Joseph Henri Richard, the pocket rocket. Bobby Brink was named after Bobby Orr.
There you go.
There's nothing but hockey pucks in the bloodstream of that family. And as a sophomore, Brink is showing why he's one of the best players around.
We go back to 5-on-5 hockey, and Minnetonka is going to try to keep the puck away from Chaska. No, it is Bobby Brink who gets credit for the goal.
Yeah, he was wide open to the back door. Great pass from behind the net.
Tonka up ahead with it. Here comes Molinar into the zone. He's going to try to get his fair share. It's loose out in front, and Kulik's going to try to clear it. Bach is plowed over again. He's going to skate off. But with 2:09 left, Chaska Minnetonka is simply too much for Chaska this afternoon.
Yep, and we knew that that's a distinct possibility when you play the number 1 team in the state. They've got a lot of, they play very well together as a team, there's no doubt about it. Chaska's got about 4 or 5 guys that have tremendous talent, But when you play as a team unit like this is exactly the way the Minnetonka coaches drew this game up.
Yep. Minnetonka does a wonderful job this evening. Mike Kessler lays out for one in front of the net. Tonka almost had another open net out in front.
Well, now Minnetonka's swarming, hoping to get another
one
before the end of the game. They're trying to get some kids
insurance.
They're going to get some kids some section goals, I believe.
1:39 to go. The fans will begin to exit. Mike Kessler gets laid out by Lohite. Here comes Shane Lavelle.
Smashed into the boards.
4-1. Here comes Pitlick now. Pitlick in the zone. Off for Lavelle. It was out of his reach, though.
I wouldn't doubt it if Kessler has played half of this game, if not more, with all the power plays and penalty kill time as well.
1:20 left. Minnetonka just doing a wonderful job of eluding these Chaska players in the forecheck.
You know what? It's been a magical season for these Hawks. They've had a good time together. You know, they faced a lot of adversity. They had some guys that were out due to illness. They had some guys that were out due to some other issues.
We go under a minute left. Chaska down 4-1 here to Minnetonka. Kessler's going to fire one in right into the glove of Lagerbach. 50.6 seconds left. And that third period goal came from Bobby Brink, and that pretty much sold it away for Minnetonka.
Sealed the deal. There's no doubt about it. You know, and I think Chaska's golden opportunity was at that end of the first period when they had just scored a goal, and they had the skippers.
Puck goes out of play with 45 seconds left.
The skippers took a penalty, and they were shorthanded, but Minnetonka showed why they're the cream of the crop, and they scored short-handed goal, but Pitlick on the face-off draw to the left of Lochner.
Minnetonka, another face-off win. It really is outstanding.
It might be up to 85.
It's got to be. I mean, Chaska has not won a face-off to my knowledge, and from what I can remember this game. Minnetonka in the zone. Around behind Bach. The Minnetonka fans are going to begin to exit. Chaska's fans staying put. Going to salute their team.
Congratulate this team on a great season and on advancing one game in this section. This has got to be one of the hardest sections in the state.
It's got to be.
Section 6 AA is where the Dinah Hornets reside, and they're a darn good team this year as well, and they've got Wayzata. But other than those northern teams, and the buzzer goes off, and Minnetonka is swarming their goalie, Charlie Glockner, down on that end of the ice.
The final score, Minnetonka Skippers 4, Chaska Hawks 1.
And the Hawks are slowly skating out to check in with Justin Bach, who's doubled over in front of his net. I believe he played an excellent game tonight as well. I'll have to be honest, but he saw a lot of shots. We're not able to see the shots on goal clock from here, so we're not sure what that final number was. But I mean, just after the first period alone, it was what, 17-3?
Yeah.
So Justin Bach was peppered. Dave Snuggerud on the ice now, patting Justin, congratulating him.
Justin Bach really did all he could this year for the Chaska Hawks and Dave Snuggerud. Ben Urbansis started out the year on the injured list. Now he finishes the year on the injured list. It's going to really be tough to swallow, not only for Urbansis finishing and starting the year of his senior year on the injured list.
Very, very interesting at the banquet last year when the Hawks announced co-captains of Justin and Ben. I've never seen a team with two goalies be co-captains before, but it was probably a pretty smart move on Dave Snuggerud's part. Whoever it is, those who make that choice.
Yep.
Because he knew he's going to have to lean on both of them, and he did. But hey, it's a great season. 17-8 record, 7-3 in the conference, and now 1-1 in section playoffs.
Light at the end of the tunnel for Chaska. They always have they're going to come back next year with a chip on their shoulder. They obviously can take one thing away from this section tournament. Their first ever section or Class 2 AA section tournament victory against the Eden Prairie Eagles, in which they ended their 4-year state tournament run. What an exciting moment as Blaine Warner scored that overtime goal. But tonight, the number one seed in the state, Minnetonka Skippers, simply overpower the Chaska Hawks.
It's some pretty cool seeing the reactions of the teams in front of the Chaska bench. Big hugs from various Minnetonka players. Kulik's getting some hugs from some Minnetonka guys. They're all, we got several Minnetonka guys posing with Kulik's now for some photos. He must have played on various teams with those folks growing up.
A wonderful scene of sportsmanship out on the ice right now. Minnetonka will advance to play Holy Family Catholic on Wednesday, February 28th at Mariucci Arena on the University of Minnesota campus in Minneapolis for the Section 2 championship game. Holy Family lost in that game last year to the Eden Prairie Eagles. So we will have a new state participant from Class 2 Section 2 this year.
They took second in the state last year, Eden Prairie did, and now the Chaska Hawks are getting a very warm reception from
right in front of the students. They've tapped the sticks to the students. The Hawk students salute them back. And with that, Chaska and Minnetonka will exit the sheet of ice here from Braemar Ice Arena in Edina, Minnesota. A final score tonight in the Class 2 Section 2 semifinal. The Minnetonka Skippers 4, Chaska 1. Scoring summary tonight for Minnetonka in the first period. Luke Lohite scored for Minnetonka from Kothi and Hicks. Second period scoring, Kothi opened up from Lagerback for Minnetonka. Then Chaska retaliated. Ethan Benz had a goal assisted by Lavelle and Magnuson. Tonka quickly back shorthanded. Bobby Brink from Jack Bayless. And then to seal the deal for Minnetonka, Bobby Brink netted his second one of the night. And that is where we sit now. A 4-1 final from Edina. Greg Erickson, final thoughts before we sign off for tonight.
It's been a tremendous year. I love this team. I love the heart that a lot of the guys have. All the guys have tremendous hearts.
Certainly.
They worked hard. I know that they all love playing for Dave Snuggerud. I know they like this coaching staff. If we can keep the team together, if we can keep some of these guys who have committed to D1 programs, if they stick around, if maybe this is a bitter pill to taste tonight, maybe they want. I mean, a lot of the kids, every kid who grows up playing hockey in the state of Minnesota wants to get into the state hockey tournament.
It's something else.
Like a complete, I'm not going to say failure, but what I am going to say is that every kid who plays dreams of getting into the state tournament, and if they don't make it, maybe they're going to stay. If these kids think that they definitely have a shot to maybe make it past one of these powerhouse teams in Section 2 AA next year, maybe they'll stick it out, maybe they'll stay together. I think that they showed tremendous team
chemistry.
Yeah,
abilities.
After a lot of the adversity that they faced, I thought when all that happened, when all that went down, we lost a lot of guys to illness and other issues. They lost a couple of games to teams like St. Louis Park.
Benilde.
Benilde. They kind of were falling apart a little bit, but in the last few games, the last month of the season here, they really came together. They poured it on, and that was a giant win on Thursday night against Eden Prairie. And I think that really solidified this team and gelled this team together. I bet you the last 72 hours have been some of the best, or 48 hours have been some of the best times they've spent together as a team. Then they're always going to remember it, and we're going to recount that next weekend, next Saturday at the hockey banquet.
Final record for Chaska on the season: 18 wins, 9 losses, 0 overtime losses. In the Metro West Conference, they finished 7-3. Minnetonka moves on. They have a record now of 23-2-2, holding that 6-1 late conference record into the Section 2 AA final championship game against Holy Family. That game will be on Wednesday evening at 8 p.m. at Mariucci Arena in Minneapolis, Minnesota. For my entire crew here at the Lundzen Chevrolet Buick Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network, Greg Erickson on the color tonight, Taylor Hansen, you heard his voice all season long here calling the hockey games for you. He sits next to me now. Appreciate everybody's support this season. For everybody here and around this wonderful community of Chaska, we say thank you for your support. Soar Hawks, have a good night, everybody. The Hawks fall, their season cut short by the Minnetonka Skippers. We appreciate everything from everybody this season. For Greg Erickson, I'm Ryan Paul, signing off. The Hawks fall. Have a good night, folks. Soar Hawks.